Laughing, I motioned toward the Christmas tree where Thor had crashed a remote-controlled helicopter as I was walking in this same night, 2013. We were expecting similar silliness this year. Thor let us nosh on his Christmas candy a bit before breaking the news. Change of plans, he said. To know Thor is to know that a pronounced ahem is the signal to put on your seatbelts, because be it figuratively or literally or both, the ride is about to get bumpy. We are going to Cumberland, Kentucky, and we're going to rescue a dog from an abandoned coal mine. War and I swung our faces around to one another. What? Apparently some man named Lonnie Lewis was running his hound up on the mountain. The dog got enthusiastic about a raccoon, and next thing you know, the hound is somewhere underground. The fellow could hear him barking, and he tried following him in there, but couldn't make it. When did this happen? Warren asked. 6 days ago, Thor replied. 6 days ago, I blurted. This is Christmas Eve, Thor. What are we doing? Well, apparently some police and the wildlife management people attempted a rescue night before last, but they gave up. I saw a post on the local caver's Facebook site asking for help. I had heard enough to sit down at the computer on the off chance I could learn a little more. I quickly found a news story featuring a video of a man in a uniform saying, "We're sorry about the dog, but it isn't worth risking a human life." The story explained that the area crevice was deep and fragile. We couldn't afford to lose a man, the officer said. I looked at Thor. I looked at Warren. I said, Thor, have you seen this video? He had half a ham sandwich in his mouth. Yeah, I've seen that, he said. In my head, I thought, this dude obviously doesn't know Thor. And then I glanced at Warren. I knew that look in his eye. Fearlessness. I'm a chicken, but I couldn't leave my best friend and cousin. Plus, worst case scenario, the Undertaker would need someone to identify the body. I would like to say we didn't stop and eat Chinese before we left. I would like to say we realized it was a dire situation and every second counted. But in Thor world, you are patient. The man has an internal clock utterly mysterious to the outside world. He was hungry. And anyway, we needed to get girded mentally. We stopped and ate. We even filmed a 3-minute video wherein I pretended to be a frustrated gumball machine repairman. What can I say? That's how we roll. It was after 8 p.m. and we still hadn't gotten out of the city limits. But finally, we gathered all the gear and started out on the 89-mile trip to Lewis Creek in Partridge, Kentucky. That's north of Harlan. We passed through Pineville, then Harlan, the place my father used to refer to as nowhere. We were deep in coal country. The mountains of southeast Kentucky are ancient, ragged, abrupt, and dark. Once massively tall, they have lost many wars with the epochs. They are broken, softened, and wet, as biologically complex as any area in the temperate zone. Walt Whitman might say they contain multitudes. We drove on. Squinting into blackness, we finally saw a tiny sign that said Letcher County. 1, then 2 turns after, we counted the homes on the left as instructed. That's 5, we're here, said Thor. No street lights, no city, just a few humble houses and the occasional light on a barn. There is no darkness like Eastern Kentucky darkness. Arriving at Lonnie's house, we parked by the barn framed in colored Christmas lights. It was quiet except for the perky gurgle of Lewis Creek and the chatter of the volunteers shifting supplies into the back of ATVs. We were briefly introduced. We met Tammy Kilburn, who had spearheaded this second rescue attempt, her husband Thomas, Rick Watts, a retired state policeman, Jesse Creech, We packed a 45. Daryl and Teresa Singleton, who Warren and I would be riding with, and Lonnie, the owner of Jane, the Walker Coonhound that was trapped.
Okay, we're gonna do a song that I think it helps set the. Well, this is a poem that Whitney just handed me. He's like, hey, put this to music. And, I think he had more Ralph Stanley vibe. No, who was it? You said?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I think we were listening to Bob Dylan's his new
Shadows in the Night.
Shadows in the Night, and is that his Christmas record?
No.
That's just his, okay. I haven't heard his last few records, but so listening to it was a cover of something. It was a really good song. It was
No, Corey's the Bob Dylan expert.
Corey, what's the you know the songs on that record?
On the Christmas album?
No, on the
Sinatra.
Shadows in the Night.
Yeah,
It's a Sinatra song.
Yeah, it's all Sinatra. It's also like covers of standards.
Okay.
What's
Well, so I'm basically ripping off. This is all leading up to. I'm basically ripping off whatever song we were listening to, and I think it, sort of embodies the Christmas spirit.
exciting.
You're getting ready to hop in an ATV.
The Christmas album is
Yes.
called Christmas in the Heart. Just
Thank you, Corey. 10 points for Corey.
I just remembered.
So this is called Deep in the Crease. One time I was sick, the kind where you walk between nothing and nothing. Empty stove to the toaster, and the toaster right back. These mountains are ghostly, rising up in the night. Say one day you must leave, we won't give you the light. Ooh, my baby, pass that joint over here. Let those mountains creep and climb. We'll see above all time, dead branches and dead leaves beneath hickory and oak. I went to a party, not a soul spoke. Out of sight, out of mind. Let those mountains creep and climb. We'll rise above all time, where the world ends flat, with its straight lines and speed.